Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing my update for my project pan. I know it's been a ridiculous amount of time that it's February. It is a snow day. So it is the 5th of February today, and so I'm just now getting this update all done. It's just been reasons, and that's it. So you're getting it now. You're welcome. So let's start out with the products that I have finished up. Okay, no peeking. So I have actually finished up 6 products, which I feel pretty good about. I do feel like the products that I did finish up are probably the easiest ones that I had in my collection to finish up, so I don't know if I can be too proud quite yet. So the first one I will start out with, because I think it was the first one I mentioned in the original video, but it's this CeraVe eye repair cream. And this was really easy to finish up, just using it every morning and night. I've just heard that eye cream is not really necessary, so I won't be purchasing another eye cream. I did like this one. I think CeraVe is really great. Another problem I had in my project pan is the markings. I mean, that's so faded you can hardly see it, but the markings would just fade off so quickly. So that is where it was. I've got my primer, the NYX Hydro Touch primer. This one was pretty easy to use up. I would use it all over the face. I don't really see a difference whenever I use primer, so I just won't be probably repurchasing one until I hear about one that I'm like, oh, I have to try that one. And maybe I can be a primer person after that, but right now I'm just not a primer person. So I did also finish up another priming product. This is the Bravo Conditioning Primer. I've heard that this did wonders. I mean, I feel like I didn't use it consecutively enough to finish it, to really notice a difference. I just would click it and nothing would come out. Next up, let's see. I finished up a hand cream. I mean, this one was already, it was here, but I feel like there was air bubbles. I don't know if you can see that marking. There's air bubbles in it, and so it was pretty easy. Just throw it in your handbag and use it up. But yeah, that red would just spreads like crazy. I was actually pretty impressed with this. I did finish up this was a jasmine. It used to have a label on it, a jasmine perfume, and there's like just the slightest amount rolling around in there, but really it's just not worth it to me. As soon as I purchased this, I think it was only for like $5. It wasn't a problem at all financially, but I heard somebody talking about rollerballs. I mean, it's just 2020 and there's so much, you know what I mean? There's just so much. But it's kind of gross thinking about how it picks up skin. So I'm glad that's done. I also finished up, I think, and this was actually in the time of me waiting to, I think I finished it up last night. I think this product works, and I think my feet are in dire need of some assistance right now with it being winter, but this one is just so ridiculously oily, and it almost feels a little bit like sand too in some ways. It's just, ugh, it doesn't feel good. And so then with that you have to wear socks like whenever you use it, and I typically put this on for bed, and so I just didn't want to wear socks at bedtime, so I'm just glad to have that one done. I would consider another, like there's the CeraVe SA salicylic acid foot cream, and I mean that one, like, I'm sure would be good if I find that my feet need it, but right now I think we're good. So moving on to progress, I think I'm going to start out with this primer. I've got where I was last time. It is down here. I really don't like this. I think it makes my makeup look very dry on my nose, like where I have pores and chin and a little bit on my forehead. And so I don't need it to look dry and draw attention to the area where I'm trying to mask. I don't know if I just have drier skin than the needs of this product. Maybe it's for oily skin, not mine. Next product I will talk about, this is another hard one to kind of show. I don't know how people show their progress on these. but it is the HD Studio finishing powder from NYX, and I don't know, I feel like it doesn't show up with how much progress I feel like I have. I feel like it was probably at a half before, and now it's at a quarter, I would say. Just whenever I open up the lid, there's really not too much in the pot, so I have to actually like kind of knock it around to get some more. I do feel like it's really drying. Again, maybe I just have drier skin than this skin needs for that. I feel like it just sinks into the fine lines. It's reacting with the concealer that I'm using in this project, and it's just making my eyes look so wrinkly. I kind of had to make up some of the markings, and I mean, I looked at the video and tried to be as accurate as I possibly could. There's really not too much progress on these, on this Instant Age Rewind concealer. Again, it's fine. I feel like it's not concealing what I want it to conceal, which is mainly, I tried a new method today, which I feel like did a little bit better, and that was putting another concealer underneath my foundation that's more skin tone, and I feel like I really like how my makeup looks today. Just still not impressed, just wanting to push through. As far as the 3D brow tones go, I really can't tell how much is in here. I feel like it sounds really like that there's a lot of product in here. The wand comes out pretty wet still, so can't really tell how progress is going on that one, which is annoying, I'm sure. So I am really proud of the progress on this product. This is my Hula Light from Benefit, and I don't know if you can tell. I'm going to do like close-up shots later on, but really you can only see part of the H and part of the O, and you cannot see any of the light. There is a huge dip right there, so I'll try to show that to you guys, but I really feel like I'm going to break ground on this really, or break pan on it pretty soon. Today I used this. I feel like I don't have a shade that's relatively close to my skin color, and this one is not, at least an eyeshadow. I feel like this isn't perfect like to my skin color, but it's at least a little bit lighter, and so I was able to make a beautiful transition. I just used the matte shades in my Naked palette along with this, and it just made a beautiful transition. So I think progress will go so much faster with this once I'm digging in there with a more precise eyeshadow product. But I do really like this. I think it's wonderful for winter because it doesn't make me look like a super tan, but I think it's perfect right now. This has like no progress. I've been using this every single day, and there's just not a scratch on it. It's really difficult to use. It is so pigmented that like compared to my skin, it's just, you can immediately see it, and that's not even building up. So I have to knock so much of it off. I have to blend it out so much. So it's just kind of a pain to use, but I know how much I loved it whenever I first got it. So I'm trying to get back to that place. My highlight, I do feel like I've got pretty good progress. It's still not like phenomenal, and I'll try to get a better shot of it later, but I am really liking this. I think it can blend away enough where it's still like really pretty, but I can, if I feel like it's too much or it looks like a streak, I can just rub it away. Not fully, but enough that it blends in, and so I do really like this product. Again, I can't tell how much progress is on this NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream and the shade Stockholm. Whenever I like wag around the wand in there though, I feel like a whole bunch comes out, so I don't think it's super close. I'm still just not enjoying the shade that much. I think it's a little bit too peachy. Okay, so I know the camera quality just got ridiculously different. The camera battery died, so I'm now on Trey's iPhone 11, which I think looks super duper awesome. The Georgia Peach and Sweet Tea from Bath & Body Works. So I don't know if this is quite a correct marking, but it was here, and now we're here. I feel like this just takes forever to go through, and I've been focusing a lot more on the perfume, and so I had kind of used these both, but once I saw that like the perfume was almost out, I was just slathering it everywhere. Also, the lotion that I had, we were here and now we're about here. I know that's kind of rocking and rolling in there, but I think that's where maybe even a little bit above whenever it settles. And I feel like that is pretty good progress, and I think, you know, in the next month or so, we should be able to have that finished. As far as the nail polish goes, I don't know. You can really see. So the red mark is right up here at the top, basically unused, and now we've used just a little bit of it. I probably used this like maybe 4 times or so, which I feel like is a lot for me. So for the palette, I really thought, and my goal was to have used a shadow a month. That did not happen, and I don't know how this is gonna go. Because I mean, I've had this palette for a long time and I've gotten a lot of use out of it in that time. And this month especially, it's the only thing I've been using, particularly the Naked shade there. And I mean, it's got a rather big dip in it, but I do not know how big this pan is. And I mean, this, is showing that it has been used. I also used, I feel like there's like a relatively good dip in the shade Virgin and also the shade Sin. I also used, I feel like basically I only use like this much of the palette, just those 5 shades there. I also used Sidecar for the first, not for the first time ever using it, but I used it with a wet brush. And I feel like now it's, even after that, I feel like it's coming out a lot more thick, and it's just a gorgeous shade. I feel like I have also been looking at like old tutorials to try to get some inspiration in how to combine these in a way that's interesting, because I really don't know just some of the different combinations. Like, I know some of these shades are so beautiful whenever you take a look at them individually, but then whenever you combine them with other things, I know they're all going to be beautiful. I've been working with creativity in this palette and trying to spark that, and not just, because mainly what I do is just put Naked all over the lid and that's it, or, you know, Naked and Sidecar. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe I'll have 2 shades done this month. We'll see, but just to try to keep on track, because there are 12 shades and I'd like to at least hit pan on 1 a month, but I'm already feeling that in one of the longest months of the year. We had 6 products that we finished up, so now I'm going to pull in. I have another one of those lotions. This one, basically, I think it's been used like maybe once, or like just to smell, because I think there was a foil on it and that's not on there anymore. So definitely want to use this up. Just again, gonna throw it in the purse, try to get it finished up. I have so many lotions like this, and I feel like I'll use one and find 5 more, trying to finish that up. I also have it's barely been used at all, but this one has a smell of coffee, which I really like, and I like smelling like coffee. I don't mind like coffee breath and anything like that. I do love coffee. So I do think this one will be used pretty easily. I do think maybe it can be a bit more overpowering than the Jasmine one, so I wonder if it will take just a little bit longer than that one to finish up. And also it had more starting out, so maybe 2 months. I also want to mention that I have a very small collection of things, because I am pretty minimal on things, and these are the places where I'm not so minimal, like chapsticks. I want to use up this chapstick. I have a whole bunch of chapsticks and I need to kind of use them up. So I am adding in this chapstick, but I'm probably just gonna put it in the purse and use it all the time. I feel like that's a pretty easy way to use things up. but I feel like I'm gonna run out of products to add into this project pan. And so if that happens, I hope my goal this year is to kind of use 20 products, but I don't think it's to use up all of the products I have in my collection. Because I mean, if we did that and we kept pulling in and had a solid 20 each time, I feel like I would run out of my products entirely. So my goal this year is to use up 20 products. I've already hit 6. I mean, that was pretty easy, but I think that's my goal this year. I do have 3 red products to put in this time, and they're all basically almost the same shade. Almost. I think this will give me a good variety because I've just been using that one shade basically every single day, and right now I'm just bare-lipped with a different chapstick. This I have used twice, and I want to get my money's worth out of it. I do love the shade, and somebody, my lovely best friend, she suggested that I use a lip liner, and I've shown you my makeup collection. I can link that, but I have one lip liner and it's nude. So what I've been doing is I have this like matte lip pencil, and I did it once and I think it worked well, but this does not budge. So I've been putting Florence by Mills over that, and it's in the shade Major Mills. That is the top there. So I guess maybe an inch and a half. But whenever I basically lined my lips with this product and put this one over it, I feel like it was a lot more long lasting. And what I talked about with this product right here is that it would run it out of the lines and just goes wild over your face. So these in combination together are really great. So I think using these together, I might be able to finish that up. And this is a little bit different. And so this is Awful. So this is a different kind of shade than that one. I mean, it's very similar. But I've heard that Bite lip products, there we go. So not really too much. And this is one that is a bit more creamy and you kind of need to reapply, but I think it fades pretty well and it doesn't run out of lines, but it's in the shade Tannin. I've just had this way too long and I need to finish it up. So I've heard that they do go bad faster than other lip products, so I think it has to do with the fact that they're more natural. So I do want to finish this one up. One thing I did forget to talk about is my Sunbum face sunscreen. And so in here, you can see that that's where it's at. That's where it was before. So we're still rocking and rolling on this one. I am excited about all of these products still, and I think a lot of them will be used up this year. So fingers crossed, 6 products down, only 14 more to go by my standards of what is a successful project. So I hope you have a great day, and thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Maybe comment about what do you think is going to be the most impossible product for me to finish up. In my opinion, I think this is going to be a fail. Absolutely, I do not think this is going to be used up whatsoever. So that's my prediction. You can make yours down below. Thank you so much. Bye.
All right, are you ready?
Huh?
Are you ready?
I thought you took the picture.
Okay, well, I want one more.
I already just rate the products. What are you doing? Are you doing
It's
it
a
better?
video.
Oh.